What's going on, everybody? I know you guys can't see me, which is very interesting here, but my camera just stopped working about 5 minutes into this. But if you are here, we want to welcome you to the restream. I'm going to get some beautiful faces on here as soon as possible because looking at my lizard brain icon is not the way to go. But real quick, big ups to everyone in the chat right now. G3, Green Fingers, Mike Thomas, and anyone else who's in here. I still got a lot of giveaways, and I promise you, I'm not trying to hide myself. Though camera just petered out. What's going on, Hadir? What's going on, guys? Let me get some beautiful faces on here, like I said, as fast as humanly possible. And let me make the quick and proper introductions. Okay, here we go. The man puts the hurt on like braces. He runs all the projects like bases. His thoughts, they will fester like an unclean Pete tester. He's a stallion who's off to the races. He's the one, the only, the Crypto Warden. Crypto Warden, what's going on, brother?
Cowboy Nation, baby, we're back. I mean, even with the technical difficulties, you know, we're still going. We're still pushing along. I mean, big ups to the chat. Big ups to everyone who's stopping by tonight, saying hi, joining us. I know we can't see Aaron, but that's okay because, you know, we're still pushing right along, talking some of the biggest news of the week, baby. Let's go. It's a CNFT Tuesday.
I'm glad you're here. And actually, with me off of the channel, I think that off the video, which hopefully I'll get up on here within the stream, I think we're going to have the best looking cast of characters on the stream right now. But let me introduce
I'm excited.
you the next guest here. She keeps stacking up the ADA and never quits, coming for these projects like a blitz. All the apes, she will rocket any project. She will profit because she's good on anything like bacon bits. The one, the only Krissy from Daily Chronicles. Krissy, what's
that was awesome. Thanks, Aaron. How's everyone doing? What's up, Ethan?
Hey, Krissy, how you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Glad to have you on. And I asked you, hey, look, who is someone you think that everyone should meet, that I should meet, that is like needs to we just need to meet this person. They bring a lot of value. They bring a lot of just good vibes. And you said this next person. I'm going to go ahead and introduce him here.
Yes.
This man brings NFT fire. There's a crowd singing for him like a choir. He's rare like a trait as a Cardano primate. He's always on the hustle like a squire. His name is Thad from Wild Tangs. Welcome to the channel.
Hey guys, that was awesome.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
It's good to have you.
I should have rocked my football jersey. I Chiefs Nation, man.
Hey,
Kansas City. I could have pulled out, you know.
Hey, the Eagles had a big win last night, so I was super excited about that.
We didn't even call each other about this. And we didn't even pre-plan. What's up with that?
Yeah, literally. I mean, it's football season, so it's one of the best times of the year, personally. So.
It is.
It's football season, but it's CNFT Tuesday, and we're here to talk about a lot of things. I've got a lot of questions here. I don't even know where to start, but maybe Thad, I'll start with you. Do you mind giving us a quick rundown of who you are and you know, how you came into this space?
Yeah, sure thing. Hey, Thaddeus Diamond. I'm an artist and developer. I'm the founder and kind of the dude behind Wild Tangs. You know, I got my start in crypto way back when, but never really like dove in with 2 feet. And then about 6 to 9 months ago, my partner Specs got me checking out Cardano and seeing what was up there. So we launched our project in June, and it's a series of 4,000 PFPs that essentially we sold to fund my open source coding. And since then have tried to contribute a lot of new tools and new interesting things to the Cardano community. So we sold out a couple months ago now. Wow, the time flies, July, and just I've been loving being a part of the community and learning all about Cardano.
Okay, that's awesome. Let me see if I could pull up the my screen here and check out on Wild Tangs here. What inspired this here? What's give me a little bit of synopsis, like shill me basically Wild Tangs and tell me like what you bring to the table. I know literally next to nothing about your project, so that's my fault.
You're good.
I'm not too
No,
deep.
you're good. What about, you see the resemblance, right? This is the inspiration for the no, I mean, look, so I'm the artist and the programmer behind all this. And, for me, I love the artwork. I really try to vibe with it as much as possible. I have a lot of inspirations there. But the goal was to build out, a PFP collection that we could essentially use to sell and fund open source development on Cardano. I think, my partner Specs and I are really big into open source development and innovation. And so our whole goal was to take the funds from the project and use that to support my development over the next 6 or so months, which we're right in the middle of now. But the kicker for people who hold is essentially, if you hold the Wild Tangs, not only are you supporting indie art and open source code, but I host tools for you that you get access to that you can't access if you're not a holder of the Wild Tangs tool. So we can talk a little bit more about all that, but really it's a tech-led project, and then I use the art as a way to just kind of express my passion.
Okay, so are you like are you like a NFT trader first, or did you start off with this? Like, how did you?
Yeah, I am not a good trader. Like, whatever I do the opposite. The longer version is, I am a computer science undergrad, and I did a lot of research in databases and big data systems. And then I worked as a programmer after college, and did work on some startups and also worked on the Amazon Alexa. And, really my passion is trying to take things that exist and kind of level the playing field for everybody, right? So I think a lot of what exists on Cardano is great and is already open source, but there are tools on top of it that are not necessarily open source. And so what drew me in was not necessarily like the NFTs itself or the trading, but being a part of building this blockchain ecosystem with everybody. So I don't think there's like one really specific thing that kind of got me into it, but Specs, my partner, really brought me into Cardano and showed me what that was all about.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I'm seeing Nathan here holds some 5 tangs. I guess they're
oh, nice. Thanks, man.
They're fire. Krissy, why don't you give me you've been on the show a couple times, but just to refresh our memory of like kind of what you've got going on with you guys in Daily Chronicles and how you got into NFTs and the whole deal.
Yeah, definitely. So my husband is Chronic. For anyone who may know him, he is definitely really big in the YouTube, Twitter, Discord. You'll see him all over. He's so knowledgeable about NFTs and financing and can help a lot, with a lot of questions that people usually have. But so he started teaching me a few years ago about crypto, more at the end of 2019. And it took him a few years of honestly explaining everything to me for me to start really grasping the blockchain and what they're trying to strive for, what NFTs do. He had me read the Aquine white paper that helped me to understand utility and all of that on Cardano. And then, we just started taking off. This was back in November, December of 21. So we started a YouTube channel in March called Daily Chronicles. We like to just go over projects that we are really interested in, meet the founders behind it, talk to the developers, the artists, anyone that we're big on just making as many connections as we can, because it is such a small ecosystem right now. The fact that we can do that is huge in learning, how to invest money and how to help others invest and to earn. So yeah, that's pretty much what we do. We do a lot of Twitter spaces as well, talking to project leaders, and we have an NFA group that leads Twitter spaces as well all the time. Thad has joined us so many times, so I feel like, I've known him for a while, even though it probably hasn't been that long. And I lead another space on Saturday nights with another lady, Lucy, who we try to just bring in more ladies who may be afraid to come up and talk in Twitter spaces and learn about blockchain and NFTs. But we also like have the guys up there and to help educate. So Thad was really kind to help educate in some tech with us, some beginners tech. And we're trying to just take off from there, just a lot of learning about the ecosystem as a whole. So
Gotcha.
we're busy and loving it. So
yeah. Now, as a lady, as a female in the space, I know a few females that are looking to get into crypto and all that kind of stuff. What was your number one hang up? And maybe if I could connect you to in the future, that would be kind of great. But what was your number one hang up into getting involved in the first place?
Well, definitely reading the Equine white paper. That's what got me interested completely. I've always wanted horses. I've grown up around farms, all my life, always wanted to own some, but it's a lot of work. And I had always told Chronic that one day we're going to own horses. And when he read the Equine white paper, he was like, well, this is going to catch her eye, because all she does is talk about horses. So he begged me to come for maybe a few days. Please come read this white paper. I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and do it. I really didn't think anything of it and didn't think it would interest me. But then once I read it, I was just like, okay, where can we sign up? I can work on breeding horses and having mamas and dadas come to, it's just it's something that caught me as an emotional part. Yeah. And it caught me with the finances and with the passive income that can come. And so that really grabbed me. That got me excited. I'm an artist, and honestly, talking about the art really didn't capture me, because I couldn't understand, the art being on NFTs and what that was for at first. So reading about the Equine white paper and how to make that income and have fun with it in a gamified way is what really caught me. And then
okay. Sanchi asked a really great question on this topic. I know you said the Equine white paper, you've referred to that multiple times, like just reading a white paper.
Yes.
But Sanchi asked the question right here. What do you think is the reason for this gender ratio in this space?
That's a good question. That is a really good question. I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know why. The more I'm getting into it, the more women I'm finding. There are a lot of ladies in the space. They might just not be as out there and open and loud as a lot of the men may be. But I really don't know what is stopping them adapting to it and adopting it. That's a great question. I'd like to know y'all's opinion, because it's not that women wouldn't be into, investing and being part of projects, and women like gaming and all of that. So, and art. So it's not something they wouldn't be interested in. So I don't know why they're not really, why they're not coming in.
Yeah, actually, this is a great question. I got to pair you up with my friend here. She really wants to get involved. I would love that if we could talk off screen sometime for that. But gentlemen, how about you guys? Ethan, Thad, what do you guys think about women in the space? And I really want to get some other material, but this just came up here. So this is why we're doing things live. Like, why do you think this is? And by the way, guys, in the chat, give me one if this is the best looking group that has ever crossed CNFT Tuesday.
You just gotta block out for me. You gotta block out the left half of the screen.
No. Me off of the screen has made this stream the best looking group of people that has ever crossed our stream. But
well, it's a funny thing though about the gender ratio, Krissy, because I can't speak to obviously motivations of different communities, but it's a problem in all of tech, right? I mean, I used to work at Amazon. I've worked at these big tech companies, and it's a huge issue all over tech. And, I don't know, like I see Sanchi in the chat. I don't know if it's about role models and being more inclusive. I don't know if it's some of the bro culture Like those things all certainly exist, but yeah, tech overall has a real problem with that. And so I would love to see that change. I mean, I think sometimes people can get kind of hurt when they feel like they're implicit being left out, but it's so imbalanced that to say there needs to be a place for women in our community, it's very clear, like we need to do more to be encouraging and inclusive in my book.
Ethan, what about you?
I mean, I think it was a perfect question by Sanchi, excuse me. It was just, I mean, we love engaging with our chat, and it's really crazy because I think Krissy really hit it right on the head when she talked about how like people are it really depends on being a little more outspoken. But I love seeing women in the space. It's just fantastic because I mean, I love talking to everyone. It really doesn't matter as long as we're talking about crypto and just learning from each other. That's truly what matters at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I've been welcomed so wonderfully by everybody as well. And I can't tell you how many guys, when I go up and talk in, say, spaces and all, and they say, man, I mean, we have a lot of ladies who do come up and do it, but in some spaces that maybe they don't see or hear that as well, they get excited because they're like, you just bring a whole different perspective. You know, our brains just work differently. And that's just the truth.
100%.
You know? And so it's just nice to hear those different perspectives, and it's nice to hear them say that, you know, and so it helps to encourage. So if y'all ever see that or hear a woman up there talking, you know, don't be afraid to say, like, it's really nice to hear you up there. And I feel like that really encourages us and encourages more down below listening who may think, okay, well, maybe I won't be afraid to go up there and chat too. And I've got some great ideas, you know, that I can give. So yeah, hopefully it just keeps growing.
I appreciate the thoughts, guys, on this gender ratio thing in CNFT Tuesday, but nonetheless, we have to get down to business here, guys. This is ultimately, it's not about male, female, blue, animal, old, young. I frankly don't even care about any of that. I care about the projects. I care about making money in CNFTs. And so let's start off with very hardball questions here, guys. Ethan, Krissy, I want to know what you guys think of Wild Tangs. If you know a lot about it, if you know a little bit, and I want you to be as brutally honest as possible, and then I want Thad to destroy you guys. So that I want to see. Help me understand if I'm in the middle, which I am. I know nothing about Wild Tangs. Do you guys know a little bit about it? Do you not know? Give me the pros and cons here.
You want me to go?
Ladies first, of course. Yes, ma'am. Ladies first.
So I probably won't be the best at explaining, but what excites me the most about Wild Tangs, one, getting to know Thad. I got to know him before I got to know the project because of him being in our spaces. So I started resonating with him, feeling his energy, feeling comfortable with his knowledge and the way he carries himself and all of that. So that was number one. Then, you know, the mint happened and we learned more about the project, and he's got his sweeping tool, you know, that you can buy multiple. There you are. Hey. That you could buy multiple NFTs at one time. You know, you can bunch them together. I know that if you own a Wild Tangs, you can mint, up to how many Wild Tangs? You can mint up to 500 NFTs yourself, one. And then the more you have, you know, maybe you could keep doing that. So that's huge for a free minting service. And I don't know, that's my big things that I know. I just know that he's really good with the tech. He can help you get free minting services. He's always available to talk to, and he's creating tools that we need on our marketplaces. Okay. So that's why I hold Wild Tangs.
I appreciate that. But do you have, and I'm going to put you on the spot here, do you or Ethan have any constructive criticism for Wild Tangs? And if you don't, that's fine. But I really do want to take a critical eye. And Thad, don't think I'm picking on you. This is how I really handle everything.
I love feedback. Hey man, no, feedback is a gift. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I really haven't done a lot of research into the project, and I mean, just because I'm a little bit newer in the space, and so I'm just still trying to learn about like these bigger projects and just how everything really works. But I mean, looking at your website, it's really just fantastic. It's super interactive. You have fantastic transitions, but the biggest thing that stands out for me on your website is that top line right there, where it says the Wild Tangs mobile app is live. And so that really just stands out to me, just because going through these other projects that I've looked at so far, I haven't seen a single one with a mobile app. And
You have a mobile app?
yeah, it's live. Yes, sir.
iOS and
So that
Android,
looks
yeah.
fantastic. Yeah. And so, I mean, just personally myself, I do a lot of app and website work myself. And so that's usually the first thing that stands out to me when I'm looking at a project.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I'll
I guess you guys
dunk on
good
this.
here.
Yeah, I'll dunk on myself a bit. Look, I think the key thing is it took me too long to realize I wasn't an art project, right? Like, I really love my art, because think about, like, I've done political cartoons and sketch art since I was a kid, but there's a real sense of pride for me in this art. And I think to say, hey, the art is fun and it's kind of this brand identity that I want you to vibe with. But the real thing I'm trying to do here is to push the ecosystem forward. So that's kind of the dunk on myself, is that I think the more I've kind of embraced that tech side and what I can provide to the community, it's gone along much more smoothly. But yeah, I mean, we've got, you know, a mobile app, so you could, if you have a Tangs in your wallet, you can have like a home screen widget where you see your NFTs on rotation. If you have 3 wild Tangs in your wallet, you get a home screen widget that shows you your portfolio value in real time, refreshed regularly every hour. I mean, so really what I'm trying to do here is make the art fun, make it kind of like almost like as if, to me, like Microsoft Clippy had its own brand loyalty, right? Maybe it's not the best looking thing, but it's something for you to identify with, and then you get the whole Microsoft Office suite behind it. That's really the goal with this project.
Gotcha. So I gotta ask: is all this art original? Just because we're in the space, space bud. I want the space bud. That's all. Is this?
You're good. Yeah, I did a video somewhere buried in the history of all the history of it, but it's me on an iPad. I'm on the.
I love that too. That you're the developer and you're the artist. I mean, you just kind of do whatever. Like, you just do it all. It's just great.
Yeah.
It seems like it's an affordable price right now, especially for a lot of my viewers come with me from like Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum.
Yeah. And
we have been in this Cardano, at least me, and they just follow me for whatever reason, I guess. That we're curious about Cardano space, and so 200 Cardano 208 is about $100, so it's on the relatively cheaper side of things, which is great.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. So thanks so much for bringing up. I'm sure we'll bring up Wild Tangs again in the future. However, 100%. You know how we like to do on this channel, guys. We love to give out giveaways. Okay, this is the bread and butter. I don't know if you don't know me, Thad. I don't assume that you know much about what I've done on the channel. But I believe I've given away 2 Bitcoin on this channel since it started. I haven't found anyone who's given away more, but I have given away about 2 Bitcoin of my own money. And there's been stuff where like projects have paid me and I thought they were terrible projects, so I gave away the whole bag, whatever they paid me. I gave away all of it, $2,300. They paid me, and I was like, this is a crappy coin. So guys, they paid me to make this video, so I made this video. So I'm going to give out 23 people $100 on this video. It was great. So awesome. I like giving away NFTs lately on this thing. So what we like to do is we play a game called
Hangman.
Okay. And so I'm gonna draw my level best to do a wild tang. Wild tangs.
You're gonna hang a wild tangs?
That's right. I'm gonna draw this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right.
I think it's gonna be Jazz one of these days.
It's not Jazz. We played it in the office with Ethan, and I got him with, or no, someone else got him with Jazz. And so, Hang Tang. That's funny. Robber's funny.
Don't forget the beard. The beard is key.
Oh, I'm gonna try not to.
Of course.
I'll tell you guys. Let me just say this too. I want to. While I've been promoting or like really pumping up the guests on this show, Crawford just his name reminds me of just so much insight. G3. I mean, when they start dropping knowledge in the chat, like I really want them as like guests on here. Half Court when he shows up, you know what I mean? Like Al when he shows, these guys are like really legit people. So I
It's
really
great
love
seeing
it.
everyone.
I know, man. It's good. It's good seeing everybody here. Oh yeah, Freedom 35. Hold up. Shout out to Freedom 35. I didn't even see them. Killing the game lately. Not only a great person, but super knowledgeable, great ambassador for women in Cardano space. Guys, if you guys didn't know, Freedom 35 are the geniuses that got me very interested in CNFTs, and so be sure to follow them, follow all their stuff. I like them. I know them in IRL. So let's get to the giveaways, guys. Let's get to this giveaways. So I'm gonna start off with Krissy, and then we'll go to Ethan, and then Thad.
Sir.
Okay. A.
You're wrong. You're wrong. So we're gonna. How am I gonna do this?
Wow,
That's
great
it.
start.
Nailed it.
Great start.
Gosh, nailed it.
Beard's not even on
Look
there
at
yet.
that.
Not even on there yet.
Okay, O.
Hold on, Krissy. I'm gonna give it to
Yeah.
Ethan first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
Why?
No problem. We're gonna go around in circles.
You're all good, Krissy. Yeah.
perfect.
Why?
Why? Hold on. Let me see the why.
No, this man already forgot the word. He always be
No.
spelling words wrong every once in a while. Too.
I do spell these words wrong.
He
I do
puts it
spell
up there
these
as if
words.
we're wrong, and then halfway, once we're about to lose, he's like, "Oh wait, I'm just kidding."
Yeah, I messed up. I'm trying not to make
So
sure.
we gotta get something on the public before I guess. So do I have IP rights this? Because Tangs doesn't have a body. I might have to steal your body if you do a good job.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
You
a
can
little.
steal it. You can
Okay,
steal it.
I can steal. Okay, good. All right, Tangs doesn't have a
0.5
body.
royalties, and those go to a giveaway wallet. Okay, so.
Okay, good. There you go. Let's do R.
Are you kidding me? Because you're wrong with this arm.
Oh my god.
Oh, this man's
Okay.
looking like the abominable snowman out here.
What's a tang? A wild
Oh,
tang.
true. It's gonna be an abominable tang, yeah.
I'll go back to O.
Oh my gosh, you gave him an arm.
Jeez Louise.
Dude, how is the chat gonna guess? Oh, by the way, yeah, the chat guesses what this is. It's not crypto, it's not pinata, it's not cowboy, it's not any of that stuff.
Hmm.
Dang, we're kicking it right now. I'm gonna have to go with an S though. We're gonna get on the board. I'm feeling it.
Ooh, S is
Yes,
right.
let's go.
Good job.
Here we
Good
go,
job.
guys. We're in it.
On the board.
Hmm.
Good, Thad.
T.
T starts with. Oh wait a minute, that's the wrong color. T is wrong.
Really, no T.
Oh my god.
Look at this guy. This guy's.
Just rolling error. E.
E. Oh baby, you saved him. Boom. E. Good job.
Boom.
Ooh, sucker is possible.
Not Sunny. Not Sweeps. No. Not Sucker. Go ahead, Ethy. Guys, put in the chat what letters they should guess here.
The 35ers have F in there, so I mean, we got to go with the chat. You know, we love interacting with them.
F. No, guys.
Oh
F,
no.
no.
Who's on the 35ers channel? Is it Tommy or is it
I'm
the
not
other
sure who's
Tom?
on
I need to
35
know.
channel right now.
Oh my god.
One of the three most handsome men in Cardano. I
Of course, yes, of course.
Don't kill him. Not Slacker. Put in the chat, guys. I believe you're right.
Boom. Still in it.
Not Slicker. No, not Skitter. No.
Is
not
it Slimy?
Silver. It is not Slimy. Come on. Krissy, give me a letter.
W.
Whoa. W
Ooh.
for whoa.
Figuring it
W
out.
for win. W for
I got it.
women. W for Winman.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I'm going to go with an L.
Whoa.
Boom.
Someone
Swivel.
guessed it.
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
Boom. Boom.
I was
Let's
guessing
go.
swiper too,
Nailed
maniac.
it. I did not get that.
Who got Swivel here?
I was still on Dora. I was swiping, no swiping, but then I forgot
Me
about the R.
I thought you'd turn your sweeping tool. You can swipe
Swiple.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Piper.
All right, Ethy. I believe you guessed that. So go ahead and pick someone to win an NFT. I'll probably give him a pet bot. I found out I love a lot of pet bots.
That's awesome.
So I ain't gonna lie, you guys gotta join that Discord. It's a shameless plug. I know
Okay,
we've been working
that.
on the Discord. We've been doing a lot of work in it, so we're really excited that it's up
Good
and running.
call. So here's what we'll do. If you guys join the Discord and you type in swivel in the Discord, Ethan, I'll give you the first one to get that out. We'll look for that one.
We clutched up, guys.
Good job. In general,
Yeah,
put it in the general chat. Who's gonna put? I wonder who's gonna put that. Oh, G3. Dang, G3's fast, dude. G3.
No, that man always ready.
Congrats, guys. Congrats. G3 gets it.
Congrats.
Congrats. Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Let's get to back to business here as usual. What are the best projects to get into that is like under 150 ADA? I'm thinking cheap ADA that and it's gonna unclassify or remove wild tangs there. So I want to know like cheaper stuff. And the reason why is because look at the bear market. Everyone's spending money on groceries. Everyone's spending money on gas. Okay. And I believe I want to be able to make plays, buy them cheap, sell them a little higher, and then keep rotating those out. So are there any mints? Is there anything coming out that we should be aware of? Anything that airdrops should be happening? I know Aeronauts just had an airdrop, but that doesn't do us any good. If we want more information on Aeronauts, we go to NFA and their spaces. That's not what I want. I want to know what are the cheap stuff we could get into so we could flip and make money. What do you guys got?
What would be that? It's hard with this bear market, I swear, because things aren't going they're not flipping as quickly
really
as
selling out.
before. Raccoon Syndicate, that new mint, that second mint is coming out October 1st. I think they're 185 right now for tier 1. That's Timmy from Cardano Ecosystem News, and then Kiyama, the artist, 3D artist. That's a great one, I think, to get into. Timmy is an amazing game developer. He's really knowledgeable as well, a lot like Thad, a lot of background, a lot of experience. Kiyama is a 3D artist who is amazing. We did a video on them a while back where she showed how she does her everything. Her art is perfection. Even if you scroll in closely, she's so great. So they have their second mint coming out October 1st. So they kind of have a little bit of a gamified thing going as well, where you can earn battle points. You'll end up earning airdrops and things like that. There's a lot to it. They're still fairly new. They just minted at the beginning of September. Their first collection, they have 3 coming out, 1 in October, 1 in November. They get more exclusive, the more and smaller tiers. The further out they go in mint, but yeah, that's a good one. I would love. I would definitely say look out for the mint coming up. I think it's 140 to mint
what
it.
did these mint for?
What was that? What did they mint for?
120?
I think it was like
120?
120, 130. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe
it was on the higher side. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, I thought it was like on the 110. Okay, it might be 110.
110 for whitelist, I think, and 120 for public, but I don't think there was any left for public.
So guys, just for anyone who's watching, if these minted for about 110, 120, and current floor after an extended period of time is 180, you're looking at about a 50% markup, or a little less, I believe. And so that if you can get into mints and sell them right off rip, that I think you're looking at some good profit here. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully someone will take up a mint and sell it initially. Are you holding these things? Are you selling them? What are you trying to do?
Well, if you hold at least 6 of the tier 3, which just minted this past month, you'll be able to have whitelist for 2 of the tier 2. And then if you hold that, you'll be able to get 1 of the tier 3, which will be in November. So we definitely each, we hold our 6 so that we can do that. These are it is a hold to earn game as well. So it can be a flip to earn some profit. And then it also can be a holding to earn some profit as well. So if you get in there and kind of read more about it, you could see what's more for you. But yeah, is it all whitelist for the next one? I think they just said that in the chat. I don't know if they're having it public. That's a good question.
Not sure. We should do a little more research here.
Right.
Crawford says is 110 was the initial mint, and Freedom 35 says they were selling for about 400 to 600 post mint, right after mint. So that's when the
they had a big run up.
And
yeah,
Thad,
Yeah,
you guys know that the private mint is 110, the public mint will be 120.
Yeah, we did speaking of mint, we were a 38 a mint. So just saying.
That's what I like. I like to hear that.
Throwing out some shade on the 7X, but yeah, I think Raccoon Syndicate had a pretty good run up pretty quickly, but they've come down a little bit. And I know they have 10K total assets with like these tiers. So there's at least 2 more tiers, and they haven't even talked about tier 3 yet. So there's a lot of room, I think, to get in.
Okay, wait a minute. So they minted at 110, and now they're at the floor of 180. But you minted at 30, and you're at the floor of like around 300. I forgot. I didn't pull it up.
Like
210. Yeah.
200, yeah. Okay. So that's a significant jump there.
Yeah, we did well.
I'm not trying to show these guys, man. I'm just going by the mathematics here, right? I'm just looking at the mathematics.
Yeah.
What Thad is building is huge, and people see it, and it's going to hold value. That's what I absolutely believe. I think they'll just keep going up.
Okay. Bape says something interesting. I'm not sure what this means. ADA idiots just went on chain. Easy to pump floor price. I'm not sure. ADA, is that a project, or are you calling?
Yeah, it must be a new project.
Yeah, ADA idiots is an old project, but yeah, they got a. I think it's one word. If you look on JPEG, you can pull it up.
Yeah, it is.
Gotcha. Snapshot on Sunday needs to be holding 10 through mint 10-1. Okay, so gotcha. So it looks like it's a little late for the whitelist here. I already know that every time I ask that question, what are some good cheap projects to get into? I always hear Aeronauts, which is fine.
Right.
Can someone tell me about what was dropped in Aeronauts? I'm not sure what happened there.
So I believe that we earned, they were just little balls, some sort of point almost that you would earn. You get that by owning certain Aeronauts and certain traits that they have. You get more or less. I don't know exactly what that's going to get you in the long run. Bourbon's really smart as well and is good at putting this all together. I want to look and see. They also had some other drops that are coming out. They just did the snapshot. Here we go. Is this it? But yeah, they had a vial come out, a beaker, and then what are these? The nutrition balls.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and they all have their little different frames too. My fault, Krissy.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yes. Yeah, please go ahead, please. But yeah,
because I talked to Bourbon the other day. I think he has. Yeah, Bourbon and I got on a phone call to talk through some stuff, and I won't say anything about what he's got going on, but he really has a whole lore and a whole thought process around. I mean, he's well respected in the community, very thoughtful. So I think the vials thing is potentially an airdrop to holders, and then there's going to be a lot that kind of goes through that lore on the multi-planet species. It's an interesting angle. It's really like, he's obviously very into the clay art, and he's a really great clay artist, but there's kind of this whole sort of, well, I won't give away the punchline, but there's this whole lore around the interplanetary nature of the Aeronauts that I found pretty interesting when we were talking.
Yeah, and a lot of the airdrop really just depended on like the traits that you have and just how, like you said, it all went into the lore. So it's really cool how he's interacting with different airdrops in this project, just connecting to the whole story over all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've been a little skeptical on Aeronauts just because everyone's so for Aeronauts, and that's just, I guess, my contrarian nature. But yeah, if someone is interested, and these are lower prices than I've ever seen them. They've usually sat around like 80, so 58 is pretty low price for a little Bam Bam right here. Freedom 35 offers this for us. Inflation times from old money. If you hold it 8, this is probably Tommy on here. Then if you
yes, it is, yeah.
Money, if you hold it new 8th TIT, you'll be whitelist for their upcoming 0001 bill collection. Okay, well, I mean, I'm always down to hear out.
Do a live buy.
Floor. That's good. A 160 for that. Old money is big.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see these guys live in
I am too.
CNFT
CNFT
Con.
Con.
Are you guys headed over there? Are you guys going to CNFT
Yeah,
No,
we'll
Con?
be,
Yeah,
I'm not going.
we'll be there.
Yeah,
we'll be there. We
Oh,
just got back from GutterCon yesterday in Vegas, Chronic and I, and that was so much fun. That's Gutter Cat Gang on ETH. We went to their, their big thing they put together in Vegas. That was really fun, smaller than what CNFT Con is going to be. So it gets me really excited for a couple weeks when we all go out there. Y'all are going?
Oh yeah.
I know
Yeah, no, I was just joking because we were talking with Aaron. Aaron and I bought our tickets a little bit earlier, so we're super excited.
We booked the tickets and the hotel rooms
Yep.
today, so we are excited.
That's awesome, man.
So yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm-
Meet up.
Yeah,
curious
we're gonna be
about-
rocking sweatshirts for
100%.
Wild Tangs, so we'll get a nice big Wild Tangs face on your chest by the end of the weekend.
Hey, we'll put a nice cowboy hat on it too.
Does
Yeah.
Wild Tangs
That's right.
we had property?
Did I? Yeah, I think so. There's a farmer's hat. It's called.
That is not.
God,
a
I did it so long. Well, I'm in Kansas, man. So I'm
No.
a Kansas guy. So
I would have
Go to
done live
property.
live.
Look at the farmer
look
hats.
up the
though. Look at
head
farmer
wearing
hats.
properties. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure because it's. Yep.
there it is.
that's it.
Oh,
Nah.
cute.
I'm not gonna wear
But
it.
that's not. He's
like a
right.
little
It's not a
safari hat.
cowboy hat. That's a farmer hat. That's a rancher.
Don't
hat.
worry, Aaron.
Yeah.
We'll
Season
Photoshop
two.
it on there.
You season 2 a cowboy hat. I will be the first to
Cowboy
buy
hat.
it. I promise you.
All right.
I promise
right.
you. What's
I dig
what's
it.
the future? Are you coming out with a season 2, a second drop? What's happening in the future?
If
Yeah,
you can
I
speak
mean,
on it, of course.
sure. Yeah, I mean, so we had a big sellout because we partnered with Clumsy Ghosts, and we're doing all the minting services for their Clumsy Valley land mint at the end of the month. So my day in, day out is getting the Clumsy Valley land mint perfect for, everybody. Well, not perfect, but as perfect as it can be. Nothing's ever perfect. But I think after that, then you obviously have CNFT Con in the holidays. I'm hoping to roll that into a couple collections I have in mind, maybe kind of like a one-of-one collection I'm starting up for people who have requested it, more of like a customized tangs for people who like the art. And then, yeah, potentially down the road, a series 2. I'm thinking about ways to, I don't know if it's going to be like a token or if it's going to be a true NFT, and how to get people more involved with the project. But my biggest goal in the long term is really to get as many people on the platforms I have as possible. I'll give you some stats, by the way, because I didn't put in the earlier notes, but that mobile app, right? So you can view NFTs on your home screen and you can view your portfolio widget. We have 600 downloads across iOS and Android for the app, and we currently have about 150 people using our sweeping tool. So we're seeing really good interest and engagement, but my goal is really to get that into the many thousands as we, get more collections down the line.
Okay. Can you give me what is the number one secret that you're holding to your chest about Wild Tangs in development?
Good question.
I want to hear this kind of stuff right here. I want to hear this. Tangs out.
Alpha.
I want to know it.
All right, I'll say one thing which I figured out technically, because the tech community is pretty tight in Cardano. So we figured out a way to do one-click sniping from your phone with push notifications.
Ooh.
So we figured out a way using the Flint wallet, shout out to Flint wallet, to do integration so that if you have the Wild Tangs app on your phone, you can get an alert saying there's a new listing that you want to snipe. And then when you click that push notification, it'll take you right to Flint wallet. It's going to take a while to get live because we got to get all the pipes and all the plumbing and fix all the leaks. But we got confirmation from Seb and the team at DC Spark that that's where we can head. So, I mean, there's just no end of stuff we're going to build, but there you go. That's one I've been keeping close, and I wasn't sure when to get it out.
I did not expect that. That is a auto. What the heck, guys? You could
Big
literally
game
go
changer.
bleep bleep.
Yeah.
Autobot. What
That's
the
right.
heck?
That's what we need. That's great.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I mean, that's what we need, right? Like we've known for a while we've needed cross marketplace sweeping. So if you put the sweep browser extension, you can go to epic.art or jpeg.store or cnft.tools and just add to your cart. That's what the sweep extension does. It essentially turns your browser into one big Cardano shopping cart. But that's just the start, right? This whole ecosystem, we need to keep pushing it forward constantly. And so as I figure out more tech stuff and as I talk to, the Sebastians from DC Spark of the world, I can't wait to see what else we can build.
That's exciting.
Yo, that's kind of good. That's kind of,
Yeah.
I kind of like
Yeah.
that.
I got
really
it thinking.
All right.
Change
Let
the
me,
game a lot.
Let me make sure that we're going to celebrate the sweep one-hit wonder feature here with another game of Hang Tangs. Okay, guys. We're going to play another game of
Hang Tang.
G3 won the last one. Let me make sure I wrote that down. Shoot, just make sure. G3. Okay, here we go. Let me make this.
One of these days, we're gonna play online Jungle Pong for it.
Yeah, right. All right, here we go. Let's kick things off, Krissy.
All right, let's go with a U.
You are incorrect. Here we go.
Darn it.
It's all good.
How's it going? You are incorrect. That was good.
Ethan
Hey.
hears it from me all the time,
Yep.
and like
All day long. I'm
all
like,
day.
damn, this man really just got me.
ahead.
So the typical trend with these, I've started to realize that you like to do all these little weird letters in these freaking words. So I'm gonna go with one of the last letters of the alphabet. It's gonna be an X.
An X. You're wrong.
It's gonna be one of those weird ones though. I
It
believe
is. Oh yeah. It is not Tangs, Prince Yolo.
M.
M. How's it feel to be?
Damn it.
D.
What's that?
D.
D.
E.
Doi. Dope. You're wrong.
Don't. Simpson.
Y.
Why? Why are you so wrong?
Wow. We're getting kicked up right now.
Guys, put in the chat what they should be picking out here.
S.
S. Ooh. We're gonna
Boom,
change
on the
that.
board.
Let's go on the board.
Oh, all right, Krissy, go ahead.
Nah, Tommy, I'm not trusting you again, bro.
I.
Nothing in the chat. Whoa, 2 in a row,
Oh, yeah.
guys.
Boom.
guys.
He was about to trick us. He was
You
trying.
guys are feeling good.
You know what?
30.
No. Tommy, I got you, bro. We're going with an F.
F. Oh my goodness, good job.
Boom. See,
F.
Oh,
You
no,
got it.
I'm done. I'm leaving. So I'm leaving the stream. All right, guys. Good night.
Fail. It's not Krissy. It is not.
L.
L. L for loser there. We're gonna give you an I.
All right.
Jeez.
All right. Is it my turn?
It
Third
is.
time's the charm. That's right, Tommy.
Goodness. Let's do A.
A.
Yeah.
A.
Boom.
sure?
The one time we don't guess A first. That's crazy.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, give
Sorry,
me that
it's correct. Sorry, it's correct.
Wow, a double one.
Okay.
Bro, I don't know what this is. I'm going with W. It has to be. Has to be one of these weird ones.
Wow.
Yes.
Come
Hold
on. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Jigsaw?
Jigsaw. Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Boom.
Bro, I want to draw this. I want to draw this beard. I want
The puzzle or the villain?
I want to draw
Yeah,
that
I
beard.
don't even know what you're drawing, bro.
Draw,
I
Nice.
that's,
gotta
a,
pull for a reference.
that's a freaking wild tanks, dude. Look at it.
Oh, that's a
the same
wild
thing.
tank?
That's a
Bro,
wild tank, huh?
that looks like a big beak.
That's a wild
You gotta
tank,
go back to
bro.
art school.
Bro.
Bro, you got a beak on
Go
that
ahead
thing.
and NFT that. NFT that. PFP.
NFT that.
That's
Go
a
ahead.
wild tank
That's
right
series
there.
2 right
It's
there.
It's a hybrid. It's a mashup. It's a Tangs and a Mallard order.
That's right, yeah. Boom.
Objective.
Boom.
It's how you view it.
Go ahead and
Of
PFP
course.
that. Jigsaw, baby. All right, who guessed that? That was Thad. Okay, looks like the
Yes, sir.
bro. Okay, Thad. How do you want me to give this next NFT away? You pick. You could pick someone in the chat. You could take someone. Hey, whoever makes a comment on my Twitter, follows our Twitter, You can do whatever you want. Free reign, carte blanche.
I'll do. I'll just keep scrolling up and down, and then I'll land on something when I do it. Let's see. Who do I land?
That's Flintstone. Get out of here.
Cryptomaniac. I landed on Cryptomaniac.
Cryptomaniac.
Sir.
Sweet. Congratulations.
Cryptomaniac's the winner of a few too. I haven't received last week's. Oh, Nidu. Yeah, you're right. I have not given you, so my bad. I have been looking for you. All right, Cryptomaniac, Nidu, I owe you one. G3, I owe you. Guys, and by the way, just to let you guys know, Cryptomaniac and G3 are always in the chat. They're always talking. They're active. And I think that's one of the reasons why they win so often. And so if you guys will just continue to be in the chat, continue to keeping active, we appreciate that. And really quick, drop a like, follow on Krissy, Daily Chronicles on our YouTube channel, Crypto Warden and Thad on their Twitters, on their socials. Guys, we have a fantastic panel here tonight, and I'm just really blessed and so glad that they're on here. One thing I did want to bring up, guys, is the drama, is the tea, okay? What is happening right now in Twitter Spaces, all this nonsense? From my perspective, okay, and I'm just walking into this, I take this, I'm a viewer of everything here. I'm a watcher. Whenever I go to a party, whenever I go into a new social scene, I'm in the corner and I'm just watching, just taking it in. And this is that situation. It seems to me a lot of Cardano, I would say influencers, big personalities in the space are getting a bit worked up over a few people, I guess, transferring into the space from Ethereum. And I'm gonna, I guess, let's see, let me see if I could bring up an example here. His name is Wasabi. I don't know, Wabi. I don't know this man. Never heard this man before in my life. Don't know him. Got a lot of followers on there. Could be botted, could be not. Who knows? Is everyone up in arms about this guy? What's happening here? Can you just give me?
Nah, you should look at my tweets. I've been subtweeting him and tweeting at him.
Okay. You're one of the people up in arms. Okay, so this is great. I'm glad.
No, I'm not. No, I'm actually not up in arms. I talked on the space the other day. I was like, that's fine if you want to come in, like, just buy up stuff. Although his wallet is weak as fuck. Like, sorry.
Yeah,
just he's like, oh, I dropped 800,000 ADA. So I did a screen grab of me modding my Nami wallet because I think he just screwed with it. You know, they talk a big game, but
what's he hold?
You know, what's he hold? Like nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
I mean, he's a lot. There's a lot of this.
A lot of the talk.
But I think it's great. I think it's great. I think we should have more people in space. Don't get me wrong. I think we should have more people in space. I just think it's kind of stupid if your best take on NFTs is that it's about shitposting. Like, he literally was in a Twitter space and was like, oh, you build community through shitposting. Like, if that's the smartest thing you have to say on NFTs, like, I don't know why you have 50,000 followers, but that's just me.
I mean, just overall, it's been a little interesting because the way he was talking, he was like, oh, I'm not buying any of this. I'm leaving all of this. And then, like, 2 seconds later, he's like, just bought my second NFT. Let's go. I mean, it's really foolish.
So he's the Donald Trump of Cardano right now. He's just saying whatever he wants.
He's just like he's trying to be a fun troublemaker, I think, because he'll do passive aggressive things all the time, but then like go in spaces and be like, well, you know, like, I am here to help bridge the communities and but then make fun of it at the same time. So I think he's really good at trying to just get engagement, but does he know what he's talking about? I haven't figured that out yet. Regardless, it is getting the conversation going. We just had a huge space yesterday with a lot of influencers, whether they're ETH, Cardano, Solana, it doesn't matter. Bringing everybody together is creating more spaces to happen. Because, like, if you just looked at Real Talk with Cinnamon and David and KDev, the same people who were in the space yesterday were trickling in. You know, they're like, okay, we want to keep coming in and having these conversations. So I got to pop in yesterday and talk to some big ladies in ETH that I've been wanting to as well, to connect with them and see their journey. So I'm just excited about it bridging, whether it's a little ridiculous or not.
Is this healthy for the space? Is it healthy for them? That's probably 2 different questions here. And Freedom 35 has another question here.
Oh, yeah. No,
I mean, there is no bad publicity at all. So either way, it works out.
No, it's great. I just think I think he's dumb, but I
Nah,
think he's a good
you
Right.
said
football.
more one of the people up in
Sorry.
arms.
I just think he's no. I just think it's funny. It's like it's funny that it just makes you laugh because Twitter's not real life, but it's like he's just got simple takes. But hey,
Well, and he also
but I think it's great for the space though. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
want more people,
100%.
like, for sure.
same. I mean, he has a project, and so you don't know if he's out there just trying to get attention to that. And so, no one knows his true motivations behind it. But the good thing is that is kind of what's coming out of it, which is everybody talking. And like you said, Ethan, like any publicity is good because just getting more people interested, whether it's, at first arguing about it, it still opens the conversation to then become understood,
Yeah, and just because he's got a lot of followers and maybe even a lot of money, like, I mean, I could drop a lot of money on Cardano NFTs as well, and I'm sure a lot of us could if we wanted to. But it's like one of those things where, like, if you're new to a space, I think you want to get the lay of the land, right? I would want to get the lay of the land.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when we first started, me and Ethan, we were literally just interviewing, just talking to people, like, hey, what is it? Like, what's
just listening, taking in all this information coming from all these different people.
And there are things that we have burned and we're like, this is freaking stupid. And that's because we actually want to do that. And there's some of the things that we're like, oh, this is kind of cool. But I'm not sure. Like, I guess the big question is like, hey, how is Cardano going to grow if not by all means, right? You're going to get all types of personalities.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I personally don't like Solana. I actually think I think it's a garbage chain. Honestly, I really don't like Solana, and I'm going to get a lot of heat. I don't freaking care.
If you go back a couple months ago, he says otherwise as well in a couple of videos. So that's funny.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And I've definitely changed my tune on Solana because I fell more in love with ADA. Maybe because I fell more in love with ADA and Bitcoin and XRP even. So I really just don't like Solana. But hey, to each their own. I mean, I like the drama of things. I like watching. In like Facebook comments when people are warring at each other. I like looking at the comments. Especially the political posts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's so entertaining, dude. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Krissy.
No, I was just gonna say it's like reality TV. It's just like watching reality TV. It's fun and entertaining.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Ed.
Which is my whole TV diet, by the way. Like everything from Love is Blind to Love Island. Like, come on, let's do that. But
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind is amazing. Don't get me started. Cameron is my hero. But what I will say though is kind of interesting is like he has brought up some really good points that I think a lot of people have been trying to make. Like, it's kind of silly we do CNFTs. Like, I'm new to this space, so I'm not a Cardano max. Yeah, like I don't know enough about the space. I've only been in since February or March, but like they're NFTs or like, then he's good at coming in and like slashing the sacred cows that the community kind of wants gone anyway. But man, I caught some heat a while back when I came after a proposal that I thought was less than good about new NFT standards. And it was kind of the same reaction. The community was like, how can you just come in and, smash things like a bull in a china shop? But I think it's, at the end of the day, it is positive because even though he's like I said, A-level troll.
Yeah, I think also like people in crypto in general are a bit fragile when it comes to their project, right? When it comes to their project and the things that they have, I mean, assume that they put their own money in there. If you start talking crap about their project, they're gonna get a little testy on that, and it's like taking a personal attack and stuff like that. So, and I've certainly felt my fair share. I mean, just recently, I think it was the last week. It wasn't even us, although we were talking about Tal Crypto was talking about Boss Cat Alien Club. Never heard of them in my life. Never heard of them in my life. He starts talking trash about them or said something about it. And then like the whole community comes out after us, after me. I don't care. We're online. You think I'm not scared about no freaking thin-legged, NFT trader. You know what I mean? Like I don't care, right? So if we, and I hope to meet people from there in real life at CNFT Con. But it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like we should have a lot thicker skin and be able to defend our projects and defend our position, and would be willing to take the attacks too. This is still an early space. I mean, it really is. And I've been in it as long as you have, probably less, about maybe March, April, probably is when I started into this space.
Yep.
I don't consider myself an expert at all. But yeah, I'm in it. And I reserve the right to have any opinion that I want on any project that I want. On any project that I want. So do you think we should not drop the C and CNFT space? Or CNFT?
Oh, the second debate on Twitter these past couple of days.
I think branding is important. I'll throw out there that I think CNFT is a little bit silly. I mean, at the end of the day, Cardano is a great blockchain for many reasons, but we should highlight what we like about the reasons rather than creating our own bubble. That's my take on it. Like, NFTs on Cardano, why are they great? But nobody calls them SNFTs or ENFTs, right? But I'm a noob, so what do I know?
Well, I was wondering why it was a big deal to have the C, honestly, beforehand. Because I was like, who cares? You know, it's not that big of a deal. It just makes us a little different, and that's just how it is. But then Bourbon did make a post today about who is the owner of Ada Knots, for whoever doesn't know. He made a post today about why, you know, he thinks it is important to drop the C. And actually, like Google searches or things like that, if you go in there and you do a Google search for CNFT, all it really comes up is OpenCNFT.io, CNFT tools, you know, things like that. But if you go in, you type out Cardano NFTs, you get a lot more that comes up, you know, that educating ability. I don't know what all he put on there, but better things come up, and people who don't know to type in CNFT will need to go in and type in Cardano NFTs. And so it is important for people who are adopting, you know, Cardano to be able to go in and search for things and have a lot come up for them. And if they don't know to type in CNFT, it's just not going to work out for them. So that made a lot of sense.
I'm gonna have to read through that post. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he made a thread, so it had a lot of reason.
Yeah, I just heard this phrase just this morning from the Bandit Seron. He's probably rocking his child to sleep right now. But he said, "Yeah, dude, Aaron, VNFTs are gonna be big." I'm like,
He did.
What the heck is a VNFT? He's like, VeChain, bro. I'm like, VeChain. We are barely scratching the surface for Cardano. What do you want from me, man?
It's amazing.
Look, no one's searching.
So you gotta think about it like, where is the important shit, right? Like, is the important shit in this sense of loyalty to this tight little enclave, or is it recognizing the community's strength and then adding to it? The only thing I'll say about your approach about saying, well, VNFT, it does mentally, I think, kind of put you into silos. Like, I would love to see, you know, it's a wasted SEO. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Bourbon on this, right? Like, it's more important that we do things to grow adoption of an awesome blockchain, in my humble opinion, than it is to stick to things that may have made us successful in the past. But people then will come at me and be like, "You're too new." So just
I think so from a marketing perspective, there is another side to SEO stuff, and just this is some of my personal experience here. Not that it's true or the arbiter, but when you're marketing, you want to market to a niche audience. You want to market to people who are if someone types an NFT, are they gonna learn? Get the Nami wallet. It's different from a MetaMask wallet. You gotta get in here. You gotta throw collateral on this. It was a lot for me. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, is it truly helpful to have NFTs and drop CNFTs altogether for search purposes? Because people are searching NFTs. You have this huge gamut, and you're competing against these massive. The bulk majority, I would say 95% of people who are NFTs are in the Ethereum space, compared to a niche market, and just be and own a niche market. And instead of instead of targeting the vast random ocean who are typing in NFTs, target people who already know about NFTs with Cardano. You know what I mean? Like, hey, there is another option. Like, that's what got me. What it didn't get me that I was new to crypto and new to NFTs, and then I'm automatically into the depths of Cardano. Like, Cardano is like, you got to take 3 steps into crypto to get to a Cardano NFT. You got to know what a crypto is.
But that's a problem, right? I think you're. So is CNFT good or bad in your mind?
I'm saying it's a good thing. I'm saying it's a good thing. I'm saying and I'm arguing on the search engine purposes that we're actually with CNFTs, you're actually winning over people who are into NFTs already, into a cheaper, more effective chain that they might be priced out of on Ethereum. But hey, look, Cardano NFTs, you already knew about the success of a regular Ethereum NFT over there. Why don't you duplicate that process? You could take what you know now. It's like starting over when you're a teenager, right? How many times have we thought about that? Like, if I knew what I knew now when I was a teen, this is that opportunity.
True.
So there's another option here to debate. Hey, are we really trying to win over the masses right now, like who don't know anything about NFTs, or are we trying to win over market share from people who are already in NFTs? And that's my point. There might be another
people who are. So I agree with you in terms of your thought process. I guess where I come to a different conclusion, to be quite honest, is okay. So look at Tangs, right? In 2 months, we've done 600K ADA and secondary. We're 125, right? And again, I'm extremely fortunate. This is not me crying poor, but when you look at the royalties on that and the current price of ADA, it's about $12,000 to $15,000 for 2 months of work, which is wonderful, and I'm very happy. But I still mine fiat, right? So to me, the only thing I will say about keeping CNFTs in this notion of is like the original purpose of Cardano and the whiteboard was to be an interoperable blockchain. That was one of the 3 tenets that Charles laid out. So if we drop the NFT, counterpoint would we actually get more market share because people would feel more like it was part of their wheelhouse and no, I'm an NFT investor, I have to get exposure to any NFT. That's where I'm like, could it drive volume in the way that your thought process is right? You do want more people to steal market share, but maybe it's actually keeping them out.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's debate too. I think that's debate. What do you guys think, Krissy, Ethan?
I like CNFT, but I don't know why. Is it I'm just kind of emotionally attached to it because that was here when I first started, long ago, and that's just what I recognize. For Cardano NFTs, I like it. It keeps us a little different. I'm down with it, but I just want to know, is it going to help adoption or is it going to hinder it? Because obviously I want whatever's going to help with more people coming in. So regardless of what I actually want or not. So I don't know. That's something I'm really curious about too. And I'd like to hear people. I mean, it seems like the people who aren't in here using CNFT don't like it. And I don't really understand why. You hear Ethan, a lot of people not liking it at all. So I just don't quite get it. But, that's just my thoughts on it.
What about you, Ethan? Should we drop it? Should we keep it?
Being a little bit newer in the space, personally, right now, I think if you scroll down a little bit in the comments, Freedom35ers had a great comment with it saying CNFT is a great way for the community to connect and find each other in the cesspool of Twitter. Agree long-term to drop the C and instead go with Cardano NFTs, which I 100% agree with. I think we should eventually transition into stating as Cardano NFTs. But just on the little flip side of it, a lot of rebranding is going to have to be redone just because CNFT tools, all these different websites that have built themselves, literally calling themselves CNFT dot whatever. So that's a problem. But
that's a good point. Yeah, the rebranding on the big tools for Cardano NFTs. So,
yeah, there's multiple websites and
that makes a lot of sense, guys. Thank you guys so much for being on the channel so far. I think it's healthy conversation and good takes on this kind of stuff, especially we talked it all, right? Different projects, gender roles over here on Cardano and then CNFTs. Guys, thank you so much. Be sure, if you're in the chat, 30 of us, 34 of us here, thank you so much for being with us. Be sure to follow Ethan and Krissy, and of course Thad, our special guest today. I really appreciate all of these guests being on here, especially when we're talking about a lot of bigger picture stuff. And I have it written down here, G3, Crypto Maniac, and Nidu. I need to find you guys on Discord somehow and send you guys your NFTs. Thank you guys for joining us tonight, and you guys, we'll see you guys in the next stream. Thanks, guys.